Probably an old lighter.
Yeah,
But Parrish, I love you. Duke, I love you. Mama, I love you. Bye-bye. There you go. My wife was, I guess, lighting maybe a candle or some incense, and the lighter blew up in her hand. And so I had to go on dad duty on FaceTime. Never a dull day, not just here around the fire, but even at home when I'm not home. We're just gonna gently pickle these, not even gonna heat up the pickling solution. With white wine vinegar, salt, pepper, little water to bring down the acidity. That's gonna make the dish, dude. Like that lobster, we're gonna cook that over fire. We're gonna baste the shit out of it with flavored butter. But these are the little chef tricks that set the dish off.
The most challenging part of putting together an event like this is building a good team. That's the key. I've been doing this for 4 years now. It was always super challenging. We got a lot of mistakes, but I think I finally got the right team. I mean, the perfect team. And with a perfect team, the sky is the limit. You can do anything. The most rewarding thing for me is looking at the faces of the people, right, that come and try our food and they live our experience. Interacting with them, you know, or the smiles of the people, or the amazed look of the people when they try our food, when they live our experience, or people that probably know us from social media and come and they tell you, hey, I'm here because of you guys. I came from New York, and that's by far the most amazing thing.
You got your air guitar. You can sweep your counter off. Make sure to keep your station clean, chef. Clean the lens.
I got a little secret sauce, soy sauce, Worcestershire, fish sauce, and some other little trinkets in there that we'll wash the outside with. And what that'll do is help it get glazed and give you a nice solid amber color all the way over it. And then also add a little bit of sweetness and umami to the pig.
We're gonna do duck a la facile, which is duck on a string right here. Then we're gonna get some culotte steaks, rotisserie them over the top. Yeah, we're just doing it.
Look at that thing.
So Bearded Butcher has a top round, or the back half leg of the cow, that they slow smoke and do all this stuff with, but they cut a dinosaur steak, which is the whole entire section of the cow, the back leg, all intact with the bone. And they're one of the few people that actually do it in the United States, and it's called the dinosaur steak.
Man, that's pretty good, man. Oh man, that's awesome.
I'll live and die loving barbecue. That's really all that needs to be said.
And here we go, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Daniel Brown. Corbett's Crafts Meats, y'all. Pickles, jams, and jellies.
What he said.
What else we got going on today?
We got some flank steaks split down the middle, skewered with some Fiesta lime pepper, mega habanero seasoning, about to put them on a bed of the red breakfast sauce from our buddies there at Barry Burton's, but W sauce.
Man, that's making my mouth water. I'm dribbling and stumbling like him just thinking about it. All right, peace out, y'all. We'll check you later.
Ho!
So today, what we decided to do, we got some pig heads that are high up on top of the fire. We got our brackets for our rotisseries here, and our goal is to start rendering out those pig heads. So when we put the lobsters onto rotisserie, the pig head fat and drippings will drip down onto the lobster rolls as we baste them and so on. Almost like a pig head basting method for the lobster rolls. Don't know if it's actually gonna work yet. We're gonna see. But hey, this is all part of the fun of cooking live fire. Trial and error, always good food.
Wow.
A southern lobster roll might be beating the up north ones.
It's a 10 out of 10 for me.
Out of 10?
I'm speechless. That was good.
What's up, baby? Breeo's from the fire pits. It's not just a brand, it's a lifestyle. All right, there's your dirty hog.
Oh my God. So this is
Dirty hog, I think.
Hey, do you come with subtitles or?
You just judge because I'm better looking.
one of the things you gotta love about the Breeo is that it's just versatile, right? So you have the live fire grill, which is not smokeless. You got the 24, the X series, which is a smokeless fire pit.
I just love, it's like so primal, you know? It's just like I feel like I'm doing what my ancestors did. It feels good, and it's just like, gives everything like just the best flavor. I love it.
What I love about live fire cooking is the spirit in which you get to impart food, the inconsistency, but the consistency of the fire and heat, and the experiences and the bonding that you get with your buddies that you normally wouldn't get over a gas grill or anything else. Like, it's an attentive agreement in which you both impart on to cook an animal and make sure it's done right and done well. And like I said, it's about the experience and the lifestyle it brings you. Amen.